Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm James Holland and we are here in my new beauty space, filming space. I'm so excited for you guys to see this. I finally got it all together. I'm super excited to be in this new natural space and have a little bit more room to do things. There's so much room for activities. So, what I thought I'd do for this first video in this new space in my upgraded beauty room is go ahead and go through my daily no makeup look. I've done a whole base routine video before and I'll link it. That is for if I'm doing a full glam moment, if I'm doing the Instagram makeup, if I'm doing something that's full glam, colorful eye, that's what I go ahead and do for my base routine. But on the everyday, if I'm just running around, if I'm going to work or if I'm going to do something, go hang out, I'm not going to do usually a full coverage base. I'm going to do something really light, really natural for a no makeup. And I know that's really popular right now. So I thought I'd show you what I do for my no makeup. I'll show you all my favorite products and we'll get to it. Natural makeup for this natural beauty studio setup. I'm so excited. If you're not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Subscribe now, like this video, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you're here, if you're queer, if you're ready to contour. I need help. Let me know in the comments if you're here, you're ready to go. Hold on to your brushes. It's makeup time. Okay, and we are back. Let's get into it. I have not even put on my eyebrows. This is the very first video I've ever made where I've not done my brows. So you should feel very blessed. I'm going to show you what I do normally, naturally, every day for my brows. Yeah, these are what my brows look like, when I just wake up. They're interesting. So we're going to go ahead and do these. I'm going to use the Anastasia Brow Wiz. Now I've used Anastasia before. I've used Benefit before. Those are the two brands that I go back and forth. And then it really just depends on the day of what I'm going to do. I also kind of alternate between brow pomade and brow pencils, but I feel like for the everyday, for the natural thing, when I'm just creating hairs, I feel like a brow pencil, you can really do that easily. So all I'm going to do is at first, I'm just going to create kind of a line at the bottom where I want to kind of shape how I want the brow to look. And I'm also kind of brushing the hairs up because I kind of go for a feathered look. And then once I've kind of got the base done of where I want, then I literally just go ahead and go in and draw brow hairs. And I do that pretty liberally. And I'm going to get this top arch here as well because your boy does not have any brows up there. And I'm just kind of drawing hair strokes, filling it all in. And again, every once in a while, I'll brush upward. It took me forever to find the right brow color. I wore chocolate from Anastasia, which was for the longest time, and it was a reddy brown, and I thought my brows were so good and killer. And then one day I saw them in a store, and they had this store lighting, and I looked and I was like, my brows look absolutely insane. So then I switched to medium brown, but that's what Sephora had recommended. They were like, go with the chocolate, that's your shade of your brow, and then it didn't work out. It was not cute. So you can kind of see the difference even now between the two. You've got this brow, which is, starting to shape up, and then you've got this brow over here, which is sad and lonely and a full mess. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into some Dip Brow Gel. This is again from Anastasia, and I'm just going to put this on the end, the tail of my brow, and just kind of feather upward. And this just kind of darkens all of that where I don't have natural brows there. That's where I'm going to stop for now. Let me put on the other brow really quick and then we'll continue on. Okay, my brows are done for the time being. We are going to do a little bit more to them later, but first I want to go ahead and put some of this base on, and I'm going to go ahead and take the Becca Hydra Mist and I'm going to set my T-zone. I have done this with many different powders. I do this with the Farsali liquid powder that I talked about in my favorites video. You can do it with literally any powder. All I'm doing is I'm just setting my T-zone just because I know that is going to get super oily, and I want, number one, I want the makeup to stay that I'm going to stick on it, and number two, I don't want it to get super oily throughout the day and get a ton of shine on it, because that's kind of the difference between looking glowy and looking disgusting and gross, and I don't want that. So I'm literally just putting the powder on my nose, which is still healing, by the way. It's still a little swollen in certain areas. Every day it looks different to me. So like every day I wake up, I'm like, oh, it's swollen here today. Oh, it's swollen there today. And the swelling like transfers around my face and whatever.
It's getting weird.
But I'm really happy with the results so far. As far as the swelling, I know that it's going to continue to go down and it's going to look different and different every day, but I'm happy with being able to breathe for once in my life. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get into our foundation. Now for foundation, on the everyday, on the normal, on the day-to-day, no makeup, I don't like wearing foundation just because it's so heavy, and you can pick a sheer foundation. You can pick something a little lighter coverage, but there's something that I have fallen in love with in regards to using tinted moisturizer, and it just has a natural glow to it, and it just kind of evens out everything without looking super heavy and looking like you're wearing makeup. So what I'm gonna do is take the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer from ColourPop, and I'm going to just put that on a beauty blender and really on the back of my hand. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on my face. I don't know. I'm going to just go put a light coat around. This is literally just to even out everything. This is not going to give you super full coverage. You're not going to get a huge amount of difference. So if you want something a little more full coverage, I obviously wouldn't go with a tinted moisturizer because that's not going to give you a ton of coverage. But I feel like for these everyday no makeup looks, tinted moisturizer is the wave.
No, I don't think you understand. I'm obsessed.
So back to my nose. Another thing people didn't talk about, or thing that I didn't really think about, was because my nose, obviously my septum got fixed and now I can smell properly. Everything smells like so much stronger. I can smell things that I never could smell before, and it's not the best thing in the world to be able to have that gift of smell. So now I feel like I'm part of the rest of the world when they're like talking about bad smells or good smells, because I literally can smell everything, and where I normally couldn't before. Okay guys, we're pretty much done with the tinted moisturizer. Now what I'm going to go with Now what I'm going to do is take my Radiant Born to Glow Radiant Concealer. I'm not going to do a ton of concealing. I'm literally just putting a tiny little amount to highlight because I don't need a ton of concealer. I don't have super dark circles. And in addition, I have wrinkles under my eyes, so I'd want to make sure that I don't put too much product. So literally all I'm doing here is brightening with this concealer. I'm not doing a ton. Like I said, I'm not like going overboard with the concealer. I'm not doing a huge triangle. Not that I would ever do that anyway, but even more so now, I'm only doing a tiny little bit just to highlight. I've talked a lot on my channel about the YSL brightening pen. This works, I mean, just as well as that. I mean, it's not the exact same, but I know that, you know, not everyone has $40 to drop on a brightening pen. So this is definitely a good alternative to that. And I'm going to set my under eyes with the Becca, just very, very gently, very, very carefully. I have creases there that I don't want to be prominent, so I'm literally using the tiniest amount. And then I'm gonna take my Pat McGrath setting powder, which you know is like my all-time favorite product, and that I'm going to use and set the high points of my face. Again, we're not using a ton of product here. We're using very minimal product. The less, the better in a no makeup look. It seems like it would make sense, but it sometimes doesn't make sense. You're like putting on a ton of products. You're like, this is my no makeup. It doesn't work like that. You have to use less product. Your skin needs to look like skin, a little less like a filter. Let's go into contour, bronzer, all that good stuff. I'm going to use the Kevyn Aucoin contour. Now, I'm not going to go like too heavy on this because I'm not going to do a heavy contour with kind of a no makeup look. I'm just kind of giving a little bit of dimension back into my cheeks, but I'm not doing a ton. And same thing with my nose. I'm just basically running it down the side of my nose just to kind of make it straight where there's a little bit of swelling. Okay, so we very lightly contoured, and let's go ahead and go back into our brows. I'm going to take the 24-hour brow setter from Benefit Cosmetics. I have bought this a million times. I am on their PR list now, so they do send me some, but I have bought this a million times. So I like this one better than the ABH one because I feel like it sticks a lot better. It's honestly one of the best brow setters that I've used. I also like the Milk makeup brow setter, but I also got that one in PR. But all I'm doing is taking the center brows and just combing them up to just give me more of a feathered look. Like I said, on the daily, in normal life, I like to just kind of have this feathered, sort of messy brow look. And I feel like that accomplishes that, and it holds the brows really well. It's gonna hold them for a really long time. So I like that. So we're done there. Let's go ahead and move on to bronzer. The bronzer that I like to use on a daily basis is the Bobbi Brown bronzing powder. This is in Natural One. I don't like overly excessive bronzer just because it turns red on me, and I'm already cool toned, and then you add a like reddish brown muddy into the mix and it's a mess. But you can't just use contour without bronzer because you can end up looking gaunt when you do that, and you know, we want to look gaunt, but we want to look a little warmer than that. So I'm just going to take a little bit on this brush here, and I'm just going to tap right above where I put this contour, and I'm just gonna lay all this product down really right above and next to where I put my contour. And like I said, all this is doing is kind of giving me more shape to my cheekbones. So we're pretty much bronze. Like I said, just a tiny little amount. I just lay it down right there above my contour. Now let's go ahead and go into blush. I'm going to use the Cloud Paint from Glossier. Glossier, how do you say it? I'm not even sure. We just got one in Atlanta, a pop-up shop, so I'm really excited. I went, dear God, it's beautiful. You know, I don't like ordering products sight unseen, so I was really excited when this came, and I'm basically just taking my finger and I'm just going to tap it in kind of like a C shape, and then I'm gonna blend. Just again with my finger. This is just giving me a little bit of color. It's not a ton of color. This shade is Beam. It's kind of like a peachy color, and it just kind of complements my skin tone, I feel like, and just gives me a little bit more color without being like overwhelming. I just put the tiniest little amount on the tip of my nose just to distribute the color there as well. And that is the blush. So like I said, everything's really light, really easy. Everything looks super natural. Nothing is like an overwhelming amount of color. And we're gonna carry that into our highlight. We're gonna use the Becca Champagne Pop. This is like one of my all-time favorite highlighters just because it looks so natural and so beautiful on my skin. I'm just going to hit the high points of my face here. I'm gonna pretty much leave my eyes like this. I'm not gonna put on any eyeshadow, but what I am gonna do is quickly curl my lashes. They're like whoop, whoop, instead of like whoop, they're going like whoop. And then I'm going to take Benefit Roller Lash. This is brown mascara, and just run it very, very gently through this. I'm not using a ton of product again because I don't want to. I want it to look as natural as possible. And then we go into lips. We are cruising right along, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to use a clear gloss. I also don't overline my lips or line my lips when I'm going for a natural look, when I'm just doing something very light, very skin-like. I'm not going to overline my lips just because that's kind of like a telltale sign to me that you're wearing makeup is you overline your lips. So just use a low clear glosses. Fenty Beauty, Miss Rihanna. This is a clear gloss. This is Glass Slipper, and she is so cute. I just got a haircut and I'm like, I always want my hair to look like this. This like, it's like, ooh. Okay, y'all, let's finish it up with some setting spray. You do not have to put that much, but you know, we're here. And that is it, guys. This is my everyday, throw it on, ready to go look.
Go, no, I'm not going. It's done.
It's really quick, really easy, really simple, really natural. It looks really skin-like. I mean, to me, personally, I don't feel like I look like I'm wearing a ton of makeup. Maybe to you it does, I don't know. But just this looks super natural, super glowy. It's going to be controlled throughout the day. It's not going to become excessively oily because I didn't put a ton of hydrating products on my skin, which is an issue. When you are oily, you want to make sure that you are covering. I powdered my nose beforehand, powdered my T-zone. We're good to go. This is going to stay pretty much all day. And then if I want to do an eye, I can do an eye, but you know, we don't have to. This is very natural. No makeup, no problem, no stress. I have a piece of glitter on my eye. What am I always saying about glitter? It literally stays with you forever. Get out, get out. Guys, that's it. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked this natural no makeup. If you did like this video, leave a comment down below. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.